Hello all, Andrea here with I Dream of Crafting. Today is going to be a mini tutorial on how to make the ID plastics for your wallets. This was the hardest thing for me to find out how to make and do when I was just starting out. I wasn't sure what to buy, I wasn't sure how to cut them out. So now that I have it down, I want to pass it on to you guys and save you some headache. So the supplies you will need are some kind of top loader. I get mine from Staples. It's a pretty cheap price at Staples. This is a 50 count non-glare heavyweight sheet protector. They say heavyweight, but they're not, thick. They're actually thin, and I like them very much. I have tried using the heavier gauge sheet protector. As you can see, I have a couple left, but I don't like these. They're too big, they're too bulky, and I just don't think they lay flat enough. Like they have a tendency to bulge up. But by all means, use whatever you want. These are just what I found works best for me. So, but you use whatever you can find and whatever works best for you. So you will need some kind of top loader, or any plastic. You will need a cutting board. Is a nice thing to have, but it's not necessary for this. You will need a ruler. It doesn't have to be a metal one, but a ruler of some kind. You will need a pen or marker. I just use a Sharpie. It doesn't really matter. You will need either a pair of scissors, a X-Acto knife, or if you have a handy dandy paper cutter. I got this one at Walmart a few years ago, and it is the best investment you could ever make, for making these IDs. This is the fastest way to cut these out, and it is the straightest way to cut these out. Scissors, I would only use if I absolutely have to. I would use an X-Acto knife before I use scissors, but if you're deathly afraid of X-Acto knives and you don't have one of these, by all means, use scissors. But I would definitely get one of these if you can. So those are all the supplies you will need. So let's get started. So as you can see here, I have my sheet here, and you see I have lines drawn on it. My IDs measure 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. So I just take my ruler. I'm not going to show you this part because it's pretty self-explanatory. But you just take the way I found to get the most out of this sheet is lay it on your cutting board or a table, whatever, so that the holes are on the right, and then line up your ruler going horizontal. And you're gonna mark with your pen 2 3/4, and then let's see, it's 2 3/4, 5 1/2, and 8 1/4. So those are your measurements, and you want to make just a couple notches in straight lines, and then you can connect those notches with your ruler, and then draw a line connecting them so you get a solid line. Then once you get those 3 lines done, you're gonna turn your sheet protector so that the holes are now facing you. Once again, you're going to place your ruler going horizontal, and now you want to make your lines, make your little notches at 3 3/4 and 7 1/2. So these are only going to be 2 lines running down here. And you want to make notches at 3 1/4 and 7 1/2, and then connect those notches by lining up on your ruler and then going straight down to get lines. So doing this technique, you can get 9 out of 1 sheet. And yes, so what I do is I usually just line these all up, and I do all my lines at one time so that I can just do all my cutting at one time, since that's the easiest and the fastest way to do it. So as you can see, I've done a lot of them so far. I think I did 4 or 5 of these sheets. So let me show you how to cut them out. Of course, you can take a pair of scissors and just cut, or you can take your metal ruler, line up your metal ruler on the line, take your X-Acto knife, and then just go all the way down, and that will get you pretty straight. I haven't had too much problems with it, but the easiest way I have found to do it is getting this little paper cutter here. Like I said, I got it from Walmart. It was like either side of $10. It wasn't really that bad at all, which is why I bought it. The only thing I don't like is that it has two of these little things here, and you really only need one. So I put one all the way at the bottom so it doesn't get in my way. Now it has this groove here, and that's where the blade is going to ride. So you want to put your black line, or whatever color your pen is, you want to put your line right dead center of that groove. Take your time, line it up. Now with this one, I have to push down on this green thing to get it to actually cut. So I'm going to push down and just as fast as I can cut through it, and it makes a really nice line. So I'm going to just do the same thing for all of my lines here. I like to cut out my long lines here first, so I cut off my holes. You're not going to need those, obviously. And then I keep going. I like to do these first, and then I cut out my squares. So I'm leaving my sides alone, and I'm just doing from the top to the bottom. Alright, so now I have 3 pieces here, and I have these lines. So what I'm going to do is, once again, I'm going to line up these lines right in this groove, making sure I have it where I want it. Now, if you're using the ones I am, on this edge here, you're gonna have this edge here where it's heat sealed. This is perfectly fine, and don't worry about the pen, because when you put your wallet together, all of this is going to get covered by duct tape anyway, so you're not going to see the pen line. All you have to do is rip that apart. It comes up really easy. Now, the bottom side of the bag, this side, opposite the holes, this is all solid plastic. So, 3 of your 9 pieces are going to be connected at the bottom. All you have to do is put it back in the cutter here, and you're going to cut right where that fold line is. So just line up that fold line in that groove, and there you go. They separate. Those are for those 3. Now these are a little bit different, but they're easier. So once again, just line up your line and cut. And cut. Now these come apart really easily. That comes apart. Those are already apart because those are in the middle of the sheet. And once again, these are connected. Very simply, pull them apart. And that is all there is to it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. As you can see, they're really not that hard to do. It just takes a little bit of time. So if you like this tutorial, please give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe for more videos. And if you have any questions, comments, or requests, please leave them in the comment section below, and I will get to you as soon as I can. And I hope to see you in the next video.